prefer the path of least people shooting at me, but that's just me.
Commander, this unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter. A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. It is not dissimilar to how the prototype modulator unfolds rifts, Commander, based on energy readings. Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible. Calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the Archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy. Acknowledged. Briefing complete. Now returning to situation monitoring and data analysis. Commander.
What fortune! Our technician manifests at last. Halt there. You match the description of the technician we have been vigilantly awaiting, but as they say, assumptions made are mistakes readied. Present yourself, so that I may take the measure of you. What? Spare me your technical argot and hop to it then!
everything all right? Forever vigilant. Aborting search.
Parasites enter their second stage, as slightly worm-like creatures with
People are gonna start to talk. Aren't you reliable? I just need one moment to copy the data. There, all done. Thank you ever so much. Was there anything else you wished to discuss?
also as the expelled content.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another? Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet. I must admit I first had doubts, due to your association with a cultist. But yes, you've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I hope you'll continue working with us. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause. You must have suffered greatly in your life to have developed such a mercenary attitude. But I certainly will not contest an exchange of mutual aid. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Basar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, Supreme Calculator. And, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future. My sensory deprivation chamber. I spend the majority of my days closed inside the silence, dulling myself against the tedious excesses of the body and mind. To a hedonistic sensate, perhaps. I would have expected you to have a more acute understanding of personal sacrifice. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. Very well. We are here to fashion the future after all, not litigate the past. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. I have received numerous reports indicating the archive has been wrested away from the Protectorate by a single, rather determined rogue factor. Let us sidestep any coyness. I know the Calcaduceus is in your possession. The only remaining unknown is whether you intend to hand it over peacefully. Then I will extract the Calcaduceus through less pleasant methods. An illogical and ill-conceived choice. One you will unfortunately not live to revise.
Potential combatants in the
Standing by with life support.
Are you able to recover? Patch yourself up! Take your battlefield stamina. Taking cover!
But you're... With weapon prime! Don't need...
Dispense.
Re-engaging. Recharged for mayhem.
Target and/or target 16!
identified data.
My suspicion proves grounded.
Do not try.
Falling back.
Promoting teammate health. Providing a host of health benefits.
Investigating
Weapon
disturbance.
prime!
Aborting search. Dwelling on the quotient in a moment.
Ready to assist. Its health needs. Fortifying teammate violence.
Target relocated. Inevitable outcome. Re-engaging.
Recharge for mayhem!
Fortifying. It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
And I know just how to stop him. Get me close and I'll make it quick.
The console's motives are unknown. While destruction may be the result, it may not be the goal. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction of the colony.
I'm along for the ride if you'll have me. I want a front seat view of this rift.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
This is all wrong. The Protectorate is perverting the inviolate nature of the rifts. This cannot go unpunished. That's the Sovereign's ship, all right. The console must be close.
The brains of Horizon Point Station to determine who introduced the Flaw into our
Horizon Point appears to have undergone severe degradation over the past 10 years. Exploding may have been a contributing factor.
If I hadn't lost my sanity before this, I'd have now.
It is our mandate. It is who we are. And it falls to you, the eyes, the ears, the brains of Horizon Point Station to determine who introduced the Flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone. Remember, we're all in this together. The skip drive is our legacy. It is our mandate. It is who we are. And it falls to you, the eyes, the ears, the brains of Horizon Point Station to determine who introduced the Flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone. Remember, we're all in this together. The skip drive is our legacy.
Should be able to sort this out with the rift modulator. shield of yours, Commander. Unless you're interested in experiencing severe plasma burns.
Once over.
N-ray. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
you make me do this? Why?
A voice match has been found for Agent Pascal. However, Agent Pascal is dead. This unit may need maintenance.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Agent Pascal is exhibiting 27 indicators of high mental and emotional distress. Caution is advised.
Wait. Commander? Is that you? No. No, this must be some kind of trick. Flaw, what's happening to me? I don't understand. You're not speaking sense. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Oh, I had to kill them. How do I know you won't turn against me as well? How do I know you won't come at me with murder in your eyes? No. You're as I remember. And we are here conversating. Neither of them could manage that, but I'm having trouble making sense of things. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
Hypothesizing. This human and her crew were alive when consumed by the rift. Ergo, they were reconstituted alive by the rift modulator, yet suffering from acute deterioration.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? The rift. That's right. We were here to investigate rifts. So why is there one in the sky? Why is everything destroyed? What's happening to me? And Sandoval? Jepson?
Your pieces no longer fit together, it seems. The modulator unfolds the rifts, remaking whatever was inside them. Badly.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? You can help me though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this. How much time? With the way I'm bleeding out, I ain't sure how long I can hold on. You think I'm some kind of fool? You're lying. This must be some kind of sick protectorate trick trying to break me. It ain't gonna work. An agent goes down fighting. No. It won't end like this.
Sharpen up, Husk.
I'm sorry you had to put your former compatriot down, but at least it ended her suffering.
rover has emerged from the Providence, Commander. Destination, Horizon Point. Intention, unknown.
Stranger ahead.
Has reconstituted more enemies. Engagement imminent.
Help you with something?
Alert. Hostile.
Review.
It's a fight!
Disruptive influence. N-ray. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning. N-ray. Exposure.
That rift has absorbed plasma. Never seen that before, didn't know it was possible. One thing's for sure, we're not getting around it. We'd better look around, see if we can find anything to help us out.
This is scientist Bernard Rand sent...
Greetings. Settle as it lies.
Ready to assist.
We should make haste to get to the Providence. We have business with that rift.
Attention, please report to intake for processing. Welcome aboard. Attention, crew deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant. Attention, crew deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
Fortifying.
Recharged for mayhem.
Enemies detected.
Who's there?
About to get ugly, Commander. Unless you'd like to avoid the direct approach.
information housed on this deck. All
Access credentials now. Enough of this. Let's just start killing. Far simpler. That rift modulator's gonna be somewhere around here.
Did you not hear the intruder alert from the crew deck? This is a very poor time to be loitering somewhere you should not. You'd best present a very convincing reason for your presence, lest I order our automechs to smear you across the floor. Wait! We need all the assistance we can get, and I'm sure your theoretical degree will aid us. Please forgive my hostility. Since you seem to be a new transfer, you'll want to speak with Chief Scientist Montserrat in the Rift Chamber. Here, I'll lend you my access credentials as proof of your authorization. Of course, the Consul's vision for an idealized version of Arcadia are paramount to my own aims. It's my wife, you see. She's never loved me, and she chews with her mouth open. Through the Consul's plan, I expect to see both issues rectified, especially the latter one. Montserrat asserts that this is not how the rift shall work, but I believe he simply needs to redouble his devotion.
Due to the unexpected scale of the rift modulator, separating it from the ship is impossible. This unit recommends seeking more information about the modulator.
Unit has been functioning for 300
I received word that you were here. Rift specialist, are you? What exactly was it that you needed? I'm rather short on time, as a gander outside might tell you. Yeah, well, we all have urgent needs. And mine is to keep my lab and hopefully the rest of this system from falling apart. I need the modulator for my own analysis. You can wait. I apologize. Suppose I can trust you with this information then. Matriarch knows one more voice might help us out of this mess. Our situation is far more dire than it may seem. There is no proof that Rift data can be stabilized or even edited. The Consul's plan will fail completely. But he no longer listens to me, which is distressing. I've prepared a report for him showing how the very structure of the modulator makes what we're attempting impossible. But I doubt he will pay it much mind. Yes, but as I said, I fear the report won't do any good. Yes, well, in any case, I'm sequestered here. I cannot leave. But if you can, perhaps he would hear you out? You seem assertive enough. Here, use this keycard on the module over there. It will allow you to download my report and grant you access to the control deck. I hope you're able to sway him. Because if you don't, we're all dead. That is hardly a comfort. go now. Hurry.
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity has not yielded any of its secrets. And we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
I got the schematics, but it's that other information that is perplexing. If rifts are caused by skip drives, what are they doing in deep space? We can concern ourselves with that later. First, let's find the console. This is it, Commander. The console is between us and the Protectorate's rift modulator. Wouldn't want to be him right now.
Convincing the console to stand down may be possible through a series of deft verbal maneuvers, though it is unlikely.
Don't know what you're planning when we get in there, but you say the word, I'll gut him or die trying. Or, I guess, you can try talking to him. And then I'll kill him.
Ah, Redactor Esmond. Very punctual, good. Don't take a seat, this will be quick. My sentinels tell me you have some interesting ideas.
Power makes people think they're invincible. The Sovereign found out the hard way that it does not.
In the right hands. Especially now that our partnership with the Order has become fraught. We may need our own...
You've come quite close enough. Sentinels, if you would.
One thing is certain. Your gray matter is too lacking for you to wield this much power. Just say the word, Commander. I've been dying to stick a knife in this fool for as long as I can remember.
My dear, you are about to witness what every other member of the Dawn could only dream of. For I will save Arcadia, and rid it forever of trespassers like your little friend here. I've noticed, Commander. Yes, I know well who you are. In any other situation, I might be compelled to take you apart and see how precisely it is you operate, but time, it would seem, isn't on your side. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal. Indeed. Rarely are there enough measures to keep the most tenacious of sprats from gnawing their way in. I've been following your progress closely, you know, since you so unceremoniously caused our Vox relay to crash into Westport. When you began your dealings with the Order and the Corporatists, I thought that perhaps having a chaotic element in their midst could work in our favor. But now you're here, scurrying around my ship and attempting to thwart the Protectorate yet again. For all your bluster, you seem more concerned with running your mouth than improving your performance in the field. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
So that rift expansion was not a coincidence. It was a demonstration. A rift-turned-weapon.
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend. Well, it wasn't you I was targeting, Commander. But seeing as you have a penchant for finding your way into places you aren't wanted, perhaps this is a sign for you to reconsider. Using the very rift modulator on this ship, we will destroy Arcadia and edit the information stored within the resulting rift, all to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose, and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the Matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended. Intrepid, aren't you? Well, what's relevant is what came after. Our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse, which eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
Your curtain falls.
Looks much better.
We should get to the helm. Are you seeing this, Commander? The rift is too far gone and the modulator won't work from this distance. That means flying inside.
This unit is not programmed to contemplate the oblivion that awaits all humans.
This is what my whole life has been leading to. If anyone's flying into that rift, it's going to be me.
Detecting unexpected levels of excitement. Congratulations on your imminent death, Agent Leitinger.
If only there was someone here who would gladly do this willingly and who wouldn't see it as a sacrifice at all.
Reminder, self-destructing is not permitted by this unit's programming. Addendum, tampering with this protocol will result in your Valerie unit shutting down.
Why would you even think to send an automechanical to do this? There's no guarantee she would be able to function properly being so close to the rift herself. It's about time you came to your senses!
Congratulations on your imminent death, Agent Leitinger.
Consider this a gift, then. Take the schematics and do what you need to do. Don't worry about me. I'll be joining with the Rift. At the last possible second. I'm sure I'll still be reborn in perfection.
And so, as Akeela Lightinger was able to finally end her life nobly, by saving the colony with her sacrifice. Not that she cared about that. She was beyond such pedestrian concerns of right and wrong. She was going to merge with perfection, and she couldn't have been happier. Zebulon Tran's death sent ripples through the fledgling subversive movement, which quickly fell apart in his absence. The remaining members fled to Matriarch's mercy, in the hopes of riding out the war. Having died at the peace talks, Augustine DeVries' treachery was never known to the Earth Directorate. She is forever remembered as the star agent who tragically went missing during her mission. Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully, for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. After leaving the Earth Directorate team, Niles went lone canid and attempted to solve the Rift crisis on his own, resulting in his inevitable death at Protectorate hands. After Val dutifully reported the commander's killing of Agent Ibarra to the Earth Directorate, they were reprimanded and temporarily relieved of command, which lasted until the next crisis, when the Earth Directorate promptly reversed action and dispatched the commander to handle the situation. The commander killed Marisol, and thus the legend of the mythical mathematical assassin, once known as the Endpoint, slowly faded away. With the population of their fellow subjects decimated by the actions of the Earth Directorate commander, the remaining Protectorate loyalists banded together to preserve their society. Forced to think for themselves for the first time in their lives, they ultimately never recovered. Sovereign Varric was eventually discovered in mental refreshment in a placid and compliant state. All parties felt it would be best to leave him in the hands of the remaining Protectorate, who had the most experience with refreshment's process and victims. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. The Earth Directorate's leaked agreement with the Protectorate did little to blunt the agency's mission or reach, especially with skip-core technology released to the public domain. With unlimited sources for their drives, the Earth Directorate expanded their authority across the galaxy. The release of the skip drive schematics to the public domain resulted in new and exciting opportunities for independent manufacturers. However, unchecked use of the drives would ultimately lead to an even greater proliferation of rifts, once again imperiling the galaxy. It was once again up to the Earth Directorate to swoop in and save the day, stamping out rifts as soon as they flared into existence. Eventually, and in textbook fashion, they solved this second rift crisis, but not before much damage had been done. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.